the red candles, and the mermaid. A mermaid lived in the chilly blue northern sea. One night, the mermaid crawled onto a rock above the sea's surface and was looking at the view around the sea. From time to time, the moonlight passing through the cloud breaks was sorrowfully shining on the sea surface. For a long time, the mermaid had no one to talk to and was always jealous of the humans living in the brighter world above the sea. Although we mermaids and humans look hardly different, why mermaids have to live in such a cold ocean with fish instead of with humans? The mermaid gently stroked her belly. There was a baby inside the mermaid's belly. I don't want my child to have such a miserable life like mine. It will be tough to live apart, but as long as my baby can live happily somewhere, I am fine. I know humans are all kind-hearted, and they will surely take great care of my baby. After a short while, the mermaid swam through the dark, cold sea and headed to the seashore. There was a reflection of a light from a distant shrine on the small coastal hill, shining on and off on the waves. In a small coastal town, at the gate of the hill with the shrine on it, there was a candle shop. The shop was run by a poor, elderly couple. The old man was making candles, and the old woman was selling them. All the town folks and fishermen came and bought the candles from the shop when they were visiting the shrine on the hill for prayer, and then they gave the candles as offerings to the shrine. One night, the old couple finished their daily chores.
All right, honey. I am going to the shrine for prayer today, too.
Okay, you can go. I know I should go too, but I am too busy to spare time for it tonight. Please say a big thank you to God for me.
The old woman then walked down the path, lit up only by moonlight. The old woman was on her way back home, walking down the mountain path.
Huh? What is it?
She heard a baby's cry coming from somewhere. And then she found a newborn baby on a stone step wrapped in a cloth, desperately crying out.
Oh dear, poor thing. Is this an abandoned baby? But having been found by me here, maybe it is fate. Perhaps this baby is a blessing from God for us, for the couple that doesn't have any children.
The old woman picked up the baby in her arms and got back home. The old man, waiting for her to return at home, was astonished to see the baby held in the old woman's arms.
I see. So it's an abandoned baby. Just as you said, I too think this baby is a blessing from God. Let's raise the baby with great care."
The old woman heated some water to wipe down the baby's body, and when she took off the baby's cloth, unbelievably, the baby's lower body was like a fish, even though there was nothing unusual from the waist up. The baby had a fin tail instead of legs that was thickly covered with silver scales.
That's unbelievable. This baby is not a human baby. It's a creature I've heard of before, called a mermaid.
Even if the baby isn't human, that doesn't matter. Look at this adorable face.
Yeah, you're right. Even if the baby isn't human, it's still our precious child.
The baby was innocently smiling with joy in their arms. Over time, the mermaid baby grew up to be a beautiful girl with black hair and pale skin. As the mermaid girl grew bigger and learned that she was different from others, she stopped going outside. The girl started to help the old couple with their candle making. The girl drew on the candles, made by the old man. Although she wasn't taught how to draw by anybody, she beautifully drew things like sea fish, seashells, and seaweed on the white candles using red paint. Her drawings on the candles were very popular, and many people visited the shop each and every day. The girl kept on drawing, sleeping less every day. That was because the girl was deeply grateful to the old couple for taking great care of her, who was not human. One day, a man from a southern country came to the candle shop. Somehow, the man knew that there was a mermaid girl living in the shop. As a matter of fact, the rumor spread far and wide that there was a mermaid girl living there. The man asked the old couple to hand over the mermaid girl in exchange for a great deal of money. Although the old couple, of course, rejected the man's request, the man visited the shop every day and kept on offering them a higher price. Furthermore, the man warned the old couple that since mermaids were ominous creatures, the mermaid girl will bring bad luck if they don't let go of her soon. And then, the old couple finally believed what the man has told them, and to make things worse, they got blinded by money. The old couple made a promise with the man that they will hand over the mermaid girl. The girl was terribly shocked and heartbroken to hear the news. Although the girl desperately begged them to rethink over and over again, her pleading voice didn't reach the old couple, whose minds were completely changed. The girl kept on drawing on the candles in her room, up until the day she was sold. Finally, the man came to pick up the girl.
All right, get going now. You are no longer family to us.
The girl was put in a cage-like metal box, loaded onto a wagon, and then taken away. There were 3 candles left behind in the girl's room that were painted in bright red. At midnight that day, someone knocked on the shop's door.
Who is it?
The old woman asked, but there was no answer. When the old woman opened the door, there was a lady with lily-white skin and long hair standing there. "Could I get some candles?"
I'm sorry. We're already closed today. Please come tomorrow again.
Could I get some candles? After taking a closer look, the old woman noticed that the lady's hair was all wet and stuck to her white kimono. The old woman felt horrified by the lady, and to get her to leave, she brought the box with the candles in it from the back of the shop and showed it to the lady. The lady took out 3 red candles from the box, took a long look at them, eventually bought the candles and left. Several hours later, the ocean's surface, which had been windlessly calm for a long time, suddenly changed. The black clouds hid the moon and covered the entire sky, causing strong wind and heavy rain. While the ship carrying the mermaid girl was on its way to the southern country, it sank in the raging storm. A countless number of other ships also sank due to the storm. Ever since that day, every night the red candles were lit at the shrine on the hill, the ocean has gotten stormy, and many ships have sunk. Eventually, a rumor was spread that the candles from the old couple were ominous, and they ended up closing down the shop. But even so, at the shrine, the red candles were still occasionally lit by somebody, and it brought storms to the sea. A year later, the shrine had no more visitors, and the town gradually became empty.